That was beautiful. Hi. Hello, everybody. All you guys out there in the sanctuary, those that are still on their way. I saw a car just going by. And those in the balcony, hello, how you doing? Yes. And welcome to Unity of Gaithersburg. I'm Reverend Edith Washington Woods. So grateful to be the senior minister here today. And maybe tomorrow, and the next day, and the next year. Yeah, I'm almost a Medicare baby. I mean, you know, y'all be around in January. I'll come with bells on or something. And I'll show you my Medicare card. I know. I don't look like it, but I'm 64, and I'm happy to say that. Don't know where that came from. Maybe I just needed to say it. I don't know. But anyway, I want to welcome all of you here, and just so happy that you're here to join us today. Is there anyone here who hasn't been with us before? If so, raise your hand. Hello. Hi. I don't usually call myself a Medicare baby, so. Well, then, hello. Maybe I said it for you. Yes. And so, welcome. So glad you're here. You may be in for a treat. I don't know. You got a little bit of that music. You know, I couldn't help but get up and dance. Thank you so much for opening me up this morning. I sure needed it, Rodney. And if anybody is out there on Love Streaming Land who are newer or new, put something in the chat. I've already shared on Facebook, on my Facebook page. So hello, anybody, any of my family who might be looking, who might be watching. And I'll be on the YouTube to say good morning in just a moment. So if anybody loves to play with their phone, like who would have thought 10 years ago that we would be in these phones so much? I don't know about you, but mine goes pretty much everywhere I go. Pretty much everywhere, except for the shower. I don't do that. But we're here, right? And so if you like to play with your phone, you can surely get on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel and greet people, say good morning, and we'll be all this one big happy family. So with that, let's open with prayer. I invite you to join me in closing your eyes. For the eyes are the windows of our soul, the windows into our heart. And by closing them, it allows us to get really present to the now. We just allow ourselves to be in the space that we are in as we joining our hearts together, as if we have one heartbeat, clearing out anything that needs to be cleared out, so we are here now. And in this exquisite moment that we've created, we pray from this space. God, that which is infinite, that which is everywhere and available, that which is nameless and named, we come together on this day to simply be who we came here to be, to hear what we need to hear, to embrace new possibilities moment by moment, opening to however way it shows up. It may show up in a song or in an instrument, or it may show up in an instrument of a voice or an instrument with a song. And so we are here ready to receive our good. And we welcome it in this moment as we pray. And so it is. Amen. And now on the screen, we have our vision statement. Our vision statement is who we think, like what we want to see in the world. It's not our mission statement. It's our vision statement. So that which we think the world should be like, okay? So I'm going to invite you to say it with me. Let's say it together. Being love, joy, and harmony, we expand the consciousness of oneness. Let's say that again. Being love, joy, and harmony, we expand the consciousness of oneness. What does that mean? Anybody? Huh? Why do we do this? As a reminder, yeah, to remind us of who we want to see in the world, right? We want our neighbors to be like that. We want maybe our government to be like that. Yep.
I think it's also a resonance.
A resonance.
It is us emanating from ourselves.
Yes.
Not having to proselytize.
Yes.
Not having to beat people up about it.
Right.
But allowing it to go out there and watching it sprinkle like seeds on the ground.
Oh, did y'all hear that? Just welcoming it so that it's like seeds on the ground, right? That it's a resonance that you feel. I got the God bumps, just like that, right? Can you imagine a world like that? Can you imagine a government like that? Maybe some politicians like that? And I'm not being political. I'm just saying all of them, like all of them. Like being love, being joy, being harmony. Harmonious inside of our own body. That's what we're creating. Yes.
Aren't affirmations our creation as well?
Yes, the affirmations are creations. Yes, and this is kind of like an affirmation, isn't it? Yes, that we're affirming that this is to be true. So that's who we are. Being love, joy, and harmony, we expand the consciousness, the awareness of oneness. All right, so with that, let's have some fun. You know, you might want to get up and dance a little bit. We got this really nice song, My Soul is Welcome Here, by Daniel Nahmod.
Good morning, everybody. Don't you love the liquid sunshine outside? When I lived in Bermuda, that's what we called the rain, liquid sunshine. Supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Sing it with me if you know it. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm at the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm at the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. One more time. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
is welcome here.
My soul,
My soul is welcome here.
is welcome here. All right now. Yes, yes. My soul is welcome here. Good morning, Unity. Those of you who may not know me, my name is Jerry, and some of you may know me as Carol. But as I've taken on my spiritual name in Jerry, it has brought me into a new enlightenment about who I am and where I plan to go, or whatever it is that God has for me to do. So this morning we're going to talk a little bit about our transformational opportunities, and we're going to start with Mr. Letta. Would you like to say just a couple of words about Patty Reese?
Yes, just briefly. Good morning again. This is part of what has now become Deletta Spotlight. I didn't plan it that way. It just kind of evolved that way. But every first Friday, the first Friday of every month, we are having a musical artist, and that is to help generate support for the music ministry. And so we hope you will come. Patty Reese is an award. Yeah, I know. Patty Reese is an award-winning singer, songwriter, composer. She's traveled all over. She has music that's on any given time. You can turn on internet radio and you'll find her somewhere playing somewhere in the world. And we're just so blessed to have this amazing performer in our backyard. She really is amazing and a real kick in the pants. So I hope you come and join us and have a great time. October the 4th. Thanks.
And Deletta, is this fundraiser to help support the music ministry? Yes. Oh, so what you're saying is that this helps you all continue to do this great work.
We're trying to pay our own way.
Hello. All right, so let's come out and support them. Okay. Now, next we're going to talk a couple of minutes about the spirit groups, our fall spirit groups. Now, if you say I'm a little nervous here, it's because it's my first time doing this. And so just bear with me and keep praying for me. Okay, we're having our spirit group offerings, Growing Older, Time to Celebrate Life, hosted by Kevin Flatt. Mondays start October 7th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Zoom, with an in-person social and service project. The Eye of the Storm hosts Carol Plummer and Gloria Hawes. That's on Tuesday, October the 8th, 7 to 8:30 a.m. Zoom in. Well, there will be an in-person social and service project. And finally, Infinite Connections, hosted by Crystal Rathy, Wednesday, October the 9th, 10:30 to noon on Zoom, and also there will be an in-person social and service project. Now, we are going to have a drumming circle, and that's going to be led by Jeff Haverston and Neil Peacock. It'll be an outdoor drumming circle, Saturday, October the 12th at 6 p.m. So come out and join Jeff and Neil and friends. The cost will be $15 for adults, and kids under 13 get in free. Excuse me. I'm sorry, excuse me. And see our website for more information. Reverend Edith is going to be holding a new members class, and you are definitely welcome to come and participate in that. And that new members class will be, if you want to become a voting member and take your connection to the next level, attend a new member class on Thursday, October the 3rd. The class will be on Zoom at 6 p.m. As you all know, our foundation at Unity is prayer. The prayer chaplains are trained to pray in confidence with you. Today's prayer chaplain is Errol Errol, where are you? Oh, he stepped out. I'll just say I saw him. So he will be here available to pray with you. There is a box in the back of the sanctuary where you can submit prayers. And the prayer team prays every week for these prayers, and you can have your name added to that list. And now, if we can get into a place of quiet meditation, take a moment as we read the daily word. The word for today is healing. On this day, let us affirm my thoughts, words, and actions affirm wholeness. My thoughts, words, and actions affirm wholeness. I invite you to hear these words as your very own. Wholeness is my nature. Even if I am facing a health challenge, divine life is active in every cell of my body. Knowing this truth, I hold healing thoughts and speak life-affirming words, while making sure to give my body the rest, nourishment, and care that will help it heal. I refuse to allow thoughts of sickness or weakness to grow in my consciousness. I seek support among friends and family who share my belief in wholeness. As I have been supported, I offer my support. I feel honored when I'm asked for healing prayer. I look beyond the appearance of illness, and with faith-filled vision, I behold and affirm the wholeness that is seeking to express more completely in the lives of those for whom I pray. And today's Bible verse is taken from the book of John, chapter 5, verse 6. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been there a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be made well?" Let's take a moment to reflect on the word for today, healing. Thank you.
And now is our meditative part of this service. I invite you to join me in closing your eyes. And if you would rather keep them open, I invite you to have them at a half gaze, like halfway open. And focus on one spot in the room. But we affirm that there is no spot where God is not. That spirit, that infinite presence is everywhere equally at the same time. It is here. It is everywhere. It is in the universe, galaxies upon galaxies, black holes upon black holes, light bearing light. And just imagine for a moment that you are part of it. One particle, one seed in the infinite vastness of the divine. And that each of us play an intricate role in creating balance and order. not only in our lives, but in the world, that it takes us, the exquisite beingness that we are, to create the possibilities that are infinite, just as infinite as spirit, as God, as universal presence. And as we create, we release anything that is not serving us, that is not love, that is not beauty, that is not willing, opening up a space for all good, all God. And as we take the time to pause, we take with us these words: I am ready and willing to create my world. I am ready and willing to create my world. I am ready and willing to create my world. In the silence, we join our hearts and minds together and go deeper. In the silence, we are and God is. I am. I am. I am ready and willing to create an amazing world. Let these words be yours. I am ready and willing to create an amazing world for all of us to see and to be. And in this expanded state of awareness, I invite you to speak the name out loud or silently to yourself of anyone who may not know that we are here for each other with infinite possibilities. May you speak the words, the names now. My parents, my siblings, my children. And know that as we speak these names, that we are in this collective bubble of awareness, of possibility, holding the highest and best for all. And we include the world with that, the world called Earth, and that out there in the galaxy. And as we gently bring ourselves back to the space and time, may we know that we have this infinite divine connection, that we have the power to create. And for this, we're so very grateful. And so it is. And so we let it be us.
take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, I know, I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, I know. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, just release and know.
Part of my clothes keep falling down. Okay, it's all right. Hi. Like the plant? It's pretty, isn't it? I'll talk about it in a minute. Oh, okay. Anybody here have a garden? Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. Look at all the gardeners. Anybody out there in Love Streaming Land? You guys in the balcony, if you have a garden, say yes. Yes, I have a garden, and I'm curious. So what are you doing at this time of the year with your garden? What are you doing? Huh? Pulling the weeds out? Pruning the bushes. Harvesting. What is it? Planting for the future, like bulbs, right? Bulbs get planted in the fall so that they, all of a sudden, in the spring, here they go. Boom, boop, boop, boop. Yes. Bud has a garden. You know Bud? And his garden was known for luscious flowers, beautiful green things that grew on the ground, like a ground cover. And when people would go there, when they visit, they felt this sense of peace walking through his garden. However, over time, weeds began to creep into his garden, threatening to choke out the life of healthy plants. Bud knew that to restore the garden's beauty, he had to clear the weeds. He had to clear the weeds. He picked up his tools and started to carefully pick out like weed by weed. Yeah? Now, of course, he had to identify them first, yes? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I remember when I would get a lot of dandelions. Well, some people may say dandelions are weeds, and some may say you can make dandelion tea. But let's just say I didn't want them in my grass. And when I would cut them or mow them down, what would happen? They grow back. So when I was younger, someone said to me, you have to pull them out by the root. Pull them out by the root. And the same thing happened with Bud. He realized that sometimes these weeds were really, really deep, and he had to pull them out by the root. Now, as he worked on these weeds, he started to notice and consider how the weeds were like his negative thoughts, how the weeds were like his old, tired habits. You know we have habits, right? You don't know what I'm talking about. That these weeds were sometimes like situations and circumstances that he ended up in, and I'm sure we do too. And that they could creep into our lives, slowly taking over until there was nothing left. Right? So I have this plant here. Isn't it beautiful? And it has a creeping Charlie in there. You know these creep, right? I was thinking about TLC, creep. Yep, right? No, it just came in my head. But these creeping Charlies can be vicious, really vicious. Right? I went and found it outside, creeping in the garden outside. And I went, y'all can't be creeping and messing with our beautiful flowers. And this one, it twirled all around itself. You ever seen it do that? Just like our thoughts. Creeping, tired thoughts. Yeah. So what did Bud do about that? He noticed that as he removed the weeds, that he was having some clarity. Not just the weeds in the garden, but the weeds in his inner garden. That as he identified them, that he was able to notice, whoa, so the weeds inside my head are what? My doubts. The weeds inside of his head was his fears. The weeds inside of his head was unhealthy relationships. Yeah. And how often is it like that for us, right? That we have these things, we have these thoughts that come up, right? Am I afraid of this? Am I having this not so great relationship with that person? Now, I don't know if you're thinking like I'm thinking, but when I said unhealthy relationships, I was thinking about different people. I think last week, Rodney said, it could be your family. Just one right now, thank goodness. Sometimes it could be more than that, right? In your family, that you're having the unhealthy thoughts or their unhealthy way of being, and we don't know what to do with it, and it just seems to crowd over like a creeping Charlie, like it's taken over. But if we're willing to work on them one at a time, like pulling out one weed, go to the next one, go to the next one, and pull it out. If it's so deep, it's deep like those dandelion roots, you pull it out, whoa. And sometimes they're like this long. Well, maybe, but long, right? You go, what? How did it get so deep? How did that weed get so deep? How did that thought go so far back? That thought could go back decades. Yeah, oh yeah, you gotta, And they can be that deep. And how do we let them go? We get them from the root. We go back to when we were 5. Yeah? Seriously? 5 years old, and we have this thought that happened back then. Somebody said something, did something, right? And we're thinking about it now at 64. And I'm like, why? I don't know if you know, I must be talking about myself. And I was thinking about how when my mother was younger. My mother she knew everything. And I think it was her way of compensating because she had me when she was 19, and because my mother's birthday is New Year's Eve. And so she had me when she was 19, and she was what they called a brainiac. Y'all ever heard that word before? And she couldn't go to college because she needed to get married, because back then, you know, that's what they did. So Mama became a person who knew it all. Not a know-it-all, but a person who knew it all, whether she knew it or not. And sometimes family members, I won't say who, just in case they're listening, would say, "Shut up, Mickey." That's her nickname. My mother's name is Mickey, like Mickey Mouse. And I would just be so hurt. How could you speak to her like that? And my mom would go on and on and on and on and on and on. Kind of like this morning when she kept talking about medicine. I said, well, who's your husband? The medicine. I said, okay, Mama, you know it all, okay? Her husband is the medicine now. But we have these thoughts that come up at any given time. And the question is, are we willing to let them go? Have they become so old and tired in our mind that we're ready and able to pull them out by the roots? Believing perhaps that they won't come back, that they have gotten healed and taken care of. But when we do that work, that internal work like that, it's worth it. Bud found it worth it to do that in the garden and also inside his own body. And that he would feel more light, he would feel like lighter, he would feel clearer and at peace. So much so that that peace that people were feeling when they went to visit the garden was really the peace that came from within Bud. You see, his name is Bud because he's a buddy, but he also likes to produce buds from flowers. And we're called to be like that too. So how do we identify our weeds? Well, the first thing to do is to identify them, right? Like that creeping Charlie. Where's Charlie at? I was wondering why they call it Charlie, and I was thinking of looking it up, but I was on the highway, so I didn't look it up. Why did they name it Creeping Charlie? I don't know. But it's kind of like this, yes? Is it so wrapped around us that is choking out the air, that is choking out the love, that is choking out the very energy that is in us because it's holding us so tight. But when we're willing to identify Creeping Charlie, hey, Creeping Charlie, then it can then start letting go. Yeah, right, okay. It's so intertwined, you should see this. It's like, whoa, and we're just like this. It's intricate and complicated sometimes, right? But it's there, and we're able to let it go so it can go off and creep somewhere else maybe, or maybe just shrivel up like a prune and never come back. Look at that, look at that. And if you've noticed them in the garden, they will choke off the air and it won't be able to breathe. So can you think of any weeds that you might want to clear up in your life? That you might want to go away? Anything? Huh? Yes. You got any weeds you want to let go of, John? It's a question. Anybody got something you think you need to let go of? Resentment. Judgment. Anger. Fear. Yeah. I couldn't hear you. Trauma. Trauma. Yeah. Negative thoughts, yes. Because guilt. Excuses. So see, when we identify them, right, we can let them come up, bubble up, and rise to the surface so that then we can release them and let them go. And we don't have to be like this, having it tight in our body. My mother's in the process of releasing her body. She was admitted to hospice on Friday. In the house. My prayer is that I'll know quick enough so that she won't be in the house when it's time to go. She can go somewhere else and do it. But I think about her and I pray with her to release any of those things, right? Like maybe when she said that her husband was the medicine, maybe it's one of those husbands. Maybe she needs to release that. Yeah? I want to ask her, Mama, is there anything you need to release? Now, 99.9% of the time she's not in reality, but sometimes up in there, right? She has some clarifying thought. And as she moves toward this new experience, whenever it is, because we don't know when, that she'll be clear. I know I would like to be that way, right? But why not start now? Why not release some of those thoughts, those negative thoughts that are keeping us all bound up like Creeping Charlie? Bruce Lee, you know Bruce Lee, remember him? Kung Fu fighting. He said, do not allow negative thoughts to enter your mind, for they are the weeds that strangle confidence. I know, right? Ooh. Our mind is like a garden, and our thoughts are like seeds, like seed thoughts. And we can grow flowers or we can grow weeds. We can be like bud, having new buds, new possibilities. That we can, you know, when something's happening inside of our own lives, which we have stuff that happens, we can say, well, but my neighbor may need me to send them a little love. Yeah. That person I'm yelling at the television might need me to radiate my love out to them. Right? because they're like our mirror, really. I know we don't want to hear that. But if we're thinking it, it's in us. And so the work that we do allows us to do that, to release the weeds so that then we have the harvest. That the harvest is right there, ready to happen. And it gives us a sense of order and balance in our lives. And that as we pull out the weeds, pull out the thoughts, pull out the negativity, pull out the judgment, pull out that which we think is supposed to happen, right? Pull out the resentment, pull out the fear. That in that moment, we're creating this balance in our lives, in our body. And then we can breathe. And it brings us to our power of the month. Our spiritual power for September is order. And it is the ability to create balance. And the disciple is James, son of Alphaeus. And he means to have harmony and balance through our own awareness. Like, what are we aware of? That we get to identify the weeds, the thoughts, the things that are not in congruence with who we are, and allow it to be. The color is olive green, but any shade of green works, right? And the location is where? Yes, the belly button, like right there. Put your finger on it. We all have them. Right there, that we have balance with that, right? We just know we do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to stand up on 2 feet. And then our back helps with it, and we have the strength of the back and the balance of the belly button, and we're all good. And some people have bigger belly buttons than others. But anyway, our Bible verse for today comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and I'm only going to read a little bit from 24 to 43. I'm only going to read a teeny weeny. So in 24 it says, he put before them another parable. These were the parables that happened. The kingdom of heaven may be compared to someone who sowed good seed in his field. But while everybody was asleep, an enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and then went away. So when the plants came up and bore again, like they started growing again, then the weeds appeared as well. So what happens in the rest of these verses is the farmer comes up, his men come up, and they ask, well, what happened to the good seed? And what happened? Why do we have all these weeds? And the farmer says, well, the enemy did that. And they go on and say, but then do they want us to go and gather them? And the farmer replied, no, for in gathering the weeds, you would uproot the wheat along with them. Okie dokie. So what does this mean? Well, it means that we have these seeds, seed thoughts. And that when the negativity comes up and creeps, choking it off, that what we need to do is be real careful when we are taking the weeds out, letting go of the negativity and whatnot, so that the good stays and doesn't go off with it. That's really it, right? The parables are meant to interpret however way we interpret them. And today we're interpreting them in that way. So it gives us also, leads us to, in the Revealing Word, our book of metaphysical terms by Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity. He talks about seeds. And he said the seed is the creative idea inherent in the word. Its nature is inherited from its parent source, God. The seed that is, it is the word of God. So if you could think about the seeds that we have in our head, that we have these seed thoughts that are seeking to emerge, that they're seeking to express. And that when we remove anything that is not that, which is good, which is great, which is loving and generous, then we want to move them out the way, right? So the beautiful flower emerges. Yes? So that when all of the creeping Charlie is out of there, that this is what you get, beauty. We don't want to choke off our beauty, do we? And we all have it. Like somebody might say, oh, that's an ugly plant. Yeah. And some people might say, well, how cute is that? It's got these round little things. Why did it decide to do that? I don't know. It just needed to be itself. And we get to be ourselves by allowing ourselves to shine. And to know that things happen sometimes that are, may not necessarily work in one way or the other. But when we clear out the weeds, then we allow the good to emerge. We can clear out our weeds. We can clear them in our mind. We can embrace new thoughts. We can embrace a beautiful garden from the outer that came from the inner. We can embrace possibility. We can embrace new ways of being. We can embrace a world where everyone is accepted. Yes? That's what we want, isn't it? Because why not? It would be boring if we were all cloned the same thing, wouldn't it? Would you want to be that? Would you want to have like millions and millions of you? That was a good answer. Did you hear that? So, not me. So we have this garden, this beautiful garden of beingness. We have this beautiful garden of colors and vibrancies and not. We have these colors that make us so amazing. The kaleidoscope of beingness that we are, that has us say, no, don't clone me and make me a million of myself. Then who I'm going to look at every day? I don't want to look at myself every day. I don't want to look at you every day and think you're the millions of people. And then what if it's millions of like one person in here and then you? How fun would that be? I don't think that would be fun. Because you want to go talk to somebody different and you just talk to the same person. Right? So in clearing out the weeds, we embrace the beauty of all. And our affirmation for today will assist us with getting there. I'm going to say it once and then invite you to say it with me. I am clearing out tired thoughts and practices so I can be free and filled with peace. Let's say that together. I am clearing out tired thoughts and practices so I can be free and filled with peace. Just let it go. Let go of those old tired thoughts. Let go of those old tired judgments. Let go of those old tired ways of being. Let go of those old tired thoughts about the people in our lives. Let go, let go, let go, let go, and be free. You gonna let go? Huh? Gonna clean out those weeds? Huh? Yeah. And then it'll be just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. So let's just take that in for a moment. Think about a world where it's just beauty. And if we went and got the weeds out, the stuff that doesn't work anymore, got it from the inner and not the outer, so that it's all one beautiful world. You got it? You got it? All right, open your eyes and let's say this affirmation one more time because everything depends on it. Okay, together? It's all right. I am clearing out old, tired thoughts and practices so I can be free and filled with peace. And so it is. So we let it be. Amen and namaste.
I'm sweeping up my own side of the street, clearing out the clutter, pulling up the weeds, while I'm taking care of my own stuff, finding out that's quite enough. I'm sweeping up my own side of the street. I'm tending my garden every day, taking time to stop and smell the roses on the way, while I'm planting what I'd like to see, pruning what ain't serving me. I'm tending my own garden every day. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. Every step I take just moves me closer to my dreams. Oh, your grass might be a brighter green. That's good for you, but maybe not for me, 'cause I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. Point a finger at your faults, I got plenty of my own. Besides, every time I toss that thing, it acts just like a boomerang. Not gonna be the one to cast a stone. Oh no, 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 'cause I'm sweeping up my own side of the street. I'm sweeping up my own side of the street. I'm cleaning out the clutter, and I'm pulling up the weeds, finding it's not quite enough, taking care of my own stuff. I'm sweeping up my own side of the street. Yeah, yeah, I'm sweeping up my own side of the street. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sweeping up my own side of the street.
Wow, thank you for that. Cleaning up my own side of the street. Ain't worrying about your side. Just let me get my side cleaned up. That's enough. Yeah, I'm cleaning up, Najee. Yeah. Okay, so now comes the time for giving, and I was sitting there thinking that I grew up at Zion Baptist Church, which is one of the oldest black churches in Washington, D.C. And my dad was a deacon, and I used to tease him because it's a very conservative church, and most of the people there had college educations, and I was part of the whole thing. And I used to tease him that you had to have a PhD to sit on the deacon board. I mean, that's just how conservative it was. And we did not sing gospel music, okay? Only hymns and spirituals. But what I thought about was him telling me, he said, did you know that you make people stand up and pass the basket in the church because people will give more money that way, because you have to walk out the row, come in front of the church, and drop your money in, and everybody got to see how much money you put in the basket. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Yeah. Okay, but not here at Unity, because we know that our message is so great, we don't need to do that, because people are always willing to give. And so today we don't have to stand and say anything other than give today. There's a basket in the back. And I was so shocked when I first came to Unity and there wasn't a basket passed because there's no need. Our message is just that great. So with that said, we also have on the back of the chairs, you can fill out an envelope if you need to, and you can give money in the back. And let's get ready to do our love offering blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am so ever, 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 ever grateful.
Let's go with the peace zone. We don't know. It's pancake.
Good morning. So all of the kids are making pancakes for you. Today is Pancake Sunday, and they were so involved they didn't have time to come over here. So please join us after the service. Today we continue to talk about the power of divine order and about healing. And I think, would you like to lead our closer? Yeah. Okay. So you want to do the first one?
I am the light of the world. I live as the light. You are the light of the world. You live as the light. We are the light of the world. We live as the light. Whee!
Closing. Oh, now it's time for our closing. invite you to go pull out some weeds. Pull them out from your mind, pull them out from your garden, do both. So we can be free and at peace. We give thanks. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day and week. Bye-bye.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now the pain is gone. All of those bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny